congregation. Barb asked me if I would say something about Ruth's role in this church, and I feel a little bit strange doing that because I'm a relative newcomer. I've only been here a little over 30 years. So I missed some of the early part of Ruth in this congregation, the Sunday school superintendent and the teacher and all that sort of stuff. When I was thinking about it, I realized that when we moved here, Ruth was about the same age that I am now. And thinking about what that means for the next 20 years just makes me tired. Ruth's loyalty to this church was just unquestionable. I'm going to just talk about a couple of things. You'll think I'm hungry, and I kind of am, but bake sales, potluck dinners, Ruth's baked beans were absolutely legendary. And if there was going to be a bake sale and you wanted any, you better get here early because they went really fast. Beth said it would be nice if we had some today. Not one person in our congregation was willing to tackle that. No way. The other thing that I remember was we, for a long time, had almost monthly church dinners to raise money. And Ruth's contribution to that, if baked beans weren't on the menu, was always 3 lemon meringue pies. And she made those lemon meringue pies, I know, until she was past 90. Because after we came back from Zimbabwe, which was in 2002, about 2 or 3 years after that, which would have put her in her 90s, she came up to me one Sunday morning before the dinner the next Saturday and handed me 3 boxes of Jell-O lemon pudding and pie mix and said, "I can't do this anymore, it's yours now." I found out subsequently she did that to 2 or 3 other people too. None of us measured up. A few months after that, I was taking carry-out orders for one of the dinners, and a woman who always got a dinner and who always had lemon meringue pie called to order her dinner. And as I was writing lemon meringue down, I said, "What kind of pie would you like today?" And she said, "Cherry." I said, "What? You don't want lemon meringue?" And she said, "Since Ruth quit making them, they're just not good anymore." So, in spite of her loyalty, or in addition to her loyalty to this church, however, she never, ever lost the connection. As you know, Ruth rose to some fairly high levels in the national church. She stayed loyal to this church. She never let us forget the connection either. One time, when, as usual, in about November, we were sadly behind in our apportionments, and in those days they published a newspaper, and made lists of where churches were in their apportionment giving to date. And we were not actually too bad. We were at 70% or so. A little while after that edition of the paper came out, Ruth came to the treasurer and handed him a check for what we would need to pay our apportionments in full, and said, "I can't stand to see our name on that list down at 70%. Now, part of that was, I know, her pride in this church and not wanting us to be in the newspaper at 70%, but part of it was that she just really understood that as a congregation, we're part of the global church, and that connection is crucial. And to be loyal to that connection, we need to be loyal to that connection. So we have a lot to live up to, looking for Ruth as our mentor, as congregation too.